How to provide first aid to a person who's just had a seizure. First of all, our task is to secure the person's head. It cannot be banging on a hard surface. That's why we stand behind the person, grab their head, put it on our thighs and wait until the fits, tremors, or spasms stop. At the moment of the seizure, there is strong pressure on the jaws. That's why the person may bite their tongue and there might be saliva with blood coming out of their mouth. Next, if the seizure stops, you need to put the person in the recovery position and wait for the ambulance to come. How to put the person in the recovery position. Put the closer arm at right angles as if they were waving at us. Next, bend the far leg in the knee. Put the foot under the closer leg. Place the far arm on the other shoulder and grabbing the shoulder and the thigh, roll the person to their side. Remember to clear their airway. Put one hand on their forehead, the other under the chin. Tilt the head back as much as possible. Their hand should be under their head to stabilize it, so that the person can breathe calmly and wait for the ambulance. Next, take the leg from the femoral artery. How to provide first aid for a person who's fainted. Fainting is simply a short-term loss of consciousness resulting from oxygen deficiency in the brain. What should we do with such a person? First of all, take them out of the stuffy room. If they feel weak, put them flat on their back, then raise their legs and arms, so that the blood goes from the less important organs, such as legs and arms, to the heart, lungs, and brain. Constantly control their vital functions, check if they're breathing and if they're conscious. If after a couple of minutes the person does not regain consciousness, it's a sign that the reason for the loss of consciousness may be serious, so you should call an ambulance immediately. How to help a person who is choking. A person who is choking may have problems with speaking, may be gagging, coughing. They may be also holding their neck, which means that they have a real problem with breathing. What should you do? First, let's encourage the person to cough. Maybe coughing will make the foreign object pop out. If the cough does not help, you need to stand behind the person, bend them slightly forward, hit 5 times with an open hand in the area between the shoulder blades. Next, put your fist over the belly button of the person, add your other hand and squeeze the epigastrium 5 times. If this makes the person cough out the object, it means that the person will no longer have problems with breathing. You might need to hit the person again 5 times between the shoulder blades and then squeeze them again. Do that only until the person begins to wobble, becomes limp, because that means that they are losing consciousness. If the person loses consciousness, you need to put them on their back. Next, with your sight, hearing, and touch, check if they are breathing. If we don't feel them breathing, we need to start chest compression. How to help a person that is bleeding. First of all, bring a first aid kit, put on the gloves, take care of your safety. Next, put a sterilized bandage on the bleeding wound. Next, cover the area with bandages and raise the injured limb above the level of the heart. How to help a person that is having a nosebleed. Sit the person down in a comfortable position, bend them over, help them pinch the nose below the nasal bones. Hold it for 15 to 20 minutes until the bleeding stops. If the bleeding doesn't stop after that time, contact emergency services. Probably, specialized help will be needed. Remember, never tilt the head back. How to help in case of fractures. If the person broke their arm or bruised it, we can use a triangular bandage. However, if the arm or leg is strongly deformed, the person cannot move it, it means that they should be left in the position we found them and we should call an ambulance.